What is going on, guys? Welcome to 2025. Now, I hope you enjoyed your holiday season because we got a lot of things to talk about this year. There's a lot of infrastructure news and happenings going on all around the country. And it's only right that we start the year off with none other than New York City, where the topic is congestion pricing. Now, we talked about congestion pricing back in June when the governor paused it for political reasons until after the election. Well, after the election ended, she did bring it back just as yours truly predicted, and she reduced the price a little bit just to ease the pain on some in New York. Well, congestion pricing is set to take effect actually tomorrow, January 5th, but that's not if New Jersey has anything to say about it. So we're going to be taking a look at this article where New Jersey is making a legal challenge to stop congestion pricing at the last minute. So the battle is on. New York versus New Jersey, congestion pricing. Now, I did a full video on congestion pricing back in June, but I'll give you a quick summary of what it is for those who might not be familiar. So when it comes to traffic in the US and trying to get people to stop driving so much and to use other means of transportation, there are two trains of thought as to how to make this happen. The first is you cannot improve roads, and which in turn will make congestion worse and make driving a more painful and frustrating experience. Drivers will in turn be stressed out or frustrated with driving to the point where they will start looking at other options to get around, or maybe just not drive at all. Now, New York has already tried this for quite a while, but yet it still has some of the worst traffic in the country. So Americans are willing to put up with quite a bit of pain in terms of congestion in order to still drive. So there's number two. The second option, which is typically more effective, is that adding user fees or increasing the price of driving to the point where people don't want to drive as much. So these can come in the form of tolls, various fines, increasing the price of parking, things like that. What congestion pricing is a new toll. It's a toll that's going to make you have to pay an additional fee to drive into Manhattan during certain times of the day. And it's not the entire borough of Manhattan, just below 60th Street, if I recall. So anyone who wants to come into Manhattan will have to pay this additional fee. Now, the theory of the way this is supposed to play out is that you're going to get less traffic on the streets of Manhattan because less people will be driving because they don't want to pay the fee to drive into Manhattan. And secondly, for those who do decide to drive into Manhattan, the additional revenue collected from those fees will be used to improve the city's public transit network. So on paper, it sounds like a win-win. But that's the basic gist of what congestion pricing is. So let's get into this article and see why New Jersey has such a problem with it. So according to NBC New York, New Jersey makes another legal challenge to stop congestion pricing at the 11th hour. And it says the legal battle over New York congestion pricing is not over yet, thanks to neighboring New Jersey. Federal Judge Leo Gordon has set a Friday 3 p.m. hearing in Newark, just 33 hours before congestion pricing is presently scheduled to begin, to consider a temporary restraining order filed by the state of New Jersey. So basically, New Jersey is using the courts and hoping to stop this thing right at the last minute. And then it says Garden State officials and attorneys who argue that Bergen County and other areas west of the Hudson will suffer environmentally from the new traffic patterns. But Governor Hochul says that New Jersey can't stop it. It's happening anyway on Sunday, January 5th. So basically, New Jersey's problem is that they think the traffic pattern that's going to change due to people trying to avoid the congestion pricing is going to negatively impact some of the New York suburbs in New Jersey as people try to avoid them and clog up the streets in various other cities to get around. And some places you're going to see that impact, probably Fort Lee, various parts of Bergen County. The GWB will probably see increased traffic, so that's a possibility. But Hochul says it's going to happen anyway, regardless. Then as we scroll down more, we see it says, New Yorkers who rely on the subway say the fee mirrors several international cities. And Claria O'Donnell McCarthy says she lived in London and it helped out there. And she said that it is not New Jersey's place to tell us what we can do in Manhattan. Ooh, it's not your place, New Jersey. And we get down further. So apparently City Council member Bob Holden from Queens has also sued the MTA, which is New York's Transit Authority, saying that the toll hurts out-of-borough residents disproportionately, and says even if it does get turned on this weekend, that Hempstead, which is a suburb in Long Island, has a case that's coming in 2 weeks that's probably going to stop it again. So he says he thinks it's going to get started and it's going to stop. And the MTA declined to comment at all on this story. So that's basically the gist of it, guys. The courts are involved and the battle is on. Now, I do personally believe we will see congestion pricing turned on tomorrow. And I will be monitoring the situation because I'm excited to see how it works and how people respond to it. It's going to be interesting. But with this lawsuit coming in from Hempstead, it might just get turned off in a couple of weeks. So we'll have to see. But that's it for this little story right here, guys. Just wanted to fill you in and update you on what was happening with congestion pricing. Let me know what you think in the comments, especially if you live in New York or New Jersey, and whether or not you think this congestion pricing should go forward. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.